Hello, Capricorn, and welcome to your March 2019 Lenormand reading. I'm Jade with Yes, Yes, Yes. Welcome back to the channel. For those who have just found me, welcome. We're going to do a spread with the Lenormand deck. It's a French deck, and it is 36 cards. I'm going to do what's called the Grand Tableau, so we'll look at all areas. I say all areas, but sorry. Finances, probably job, health comes up, as well as love. So we'll see how it all kind of lays out. And this is going to be for Sun, Moon, and Ascendant signs for you, Capricorn. And if it's not resonating, check out one of the other videos. Sometimes I just pick up on lots of different people or very specific people, and these are general readings. If you're interested in having a personal reading, this is one of the most accurate readings I receive and that I give. I do these readings once a month, and it's really helpful to kind of see how things progress and lay out. So if you're interested, that information is in the box below. If you resonate, hit that like button. I love it. I love hearing from you, so those comments are really helpful as well. That's a lot. I've been talking a lot today. All right, I'm gonna give you a card from Gabby Bernstein. We'll see what some overall flavor. Ooh, what's happening here? My happiness is a direct reflection of my level of faith in the universe. So how happy are we feeling, Capricorn? Are we having faith? Are we losing faith? It's winter time here in North America, so sometimes it can be difficult to maintain the faith, all right? But hopefully we're realizing we're coming out of it, okay? We're getting the shoulder season here. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Who's this? They choose you. Who's they? I love it. Who is they? Maybe that's just happiness. Maybe happiness is choosing you. Oh, chose. It's past tense. They chose you. Okay, well, let's see if this rings true. So I've pre-shuffled the cards for you, Capricorn, and we're going to lay them out and see how this story unfolds. Okay, well, I'm not taking the jumpers. That's not really how this works. Lenormand deck. Okay, here we go. Let's see how this story begins for Capricorn in March. There's the beginning. Okay, so I'm going to lay them out, call them out as they come. The fox, the stork, the ring, the sun, the house, the man, the masculine's right here, the letter, and the snake. Okay, everybody in there? Good. The lily, the whip, bouquet, clouds, the garden, the mountain, the cross, and the key. The paths, the scythe, the dog, and the stars, the child, the moon, the fish, and the tower. The birds, the heart, the mice, and the rider, the lily, sorry, the clover, there's the feminine, the book, and the bear. Last four are the tree, the coffin, the anchor, and the ship. All right, so first let me explain here. We have the masculine and the feminine, both on the same line, which is great. I'll read it the same. This is your present, this is your past, and that will be your future. Let me count and see if there are any cards in their own houses. Give me a moment. Oh, wait. Now I've lost track. Okay. Yes, that's why I lost track. There are no cards that are in their own houses, so we don't have to worry about that. Okay. So let's see what's going on for you, Capricorns. We've got the Fox, which is the self-reliant card. It's also a card of entrepreneurs, and it looks like there was a new beginning, some kind of commitment that was made that was successful for the masculine, and it was successful. It might have brought him a sense of security at home. So maybe this was a successful home business. Perhaps it was that you signed a mortgage on a new home. You bought a new home. So something about, you moved out, you have your own place now. Now there is an issue coming up, which there's some kind of writing. Perhaps when you look at the fine print, you might see something that you didn't necessarily realize was there. So here's what I'll say. Right now in March, we're going through Mercury retrograde. Generally speaking, we don't want to sign contracts during Mercury retrograde because when we do, there's something that we didn't account for that comes up. Okay, so if you are in fact getting ready to buy a new home, and this is, you might have found it, you're right in that place to get ready to sign the contract, just be aware to read the fine print, maybe put off that contract as much as you can, or to sign it before, I think it's the 5th of March, before Mercury turns. But I'm going to try to not do anything during March that has to do with Mercury if possible. So just know that there might be something that is in that contract that you hadn't seen before. Maybe ask for some help to look over it. If you have a lawyer working for you, have them look over that contract just to make sure that everything is in alignment. Okay? So that one was easy. Let's move on. We've got the Lily and the Whip. So lilies are antiquity. They are legacy. And it seems like there's been some kind of repetition about this theme in your past. And it might be family, it might be religion, okay? Now, there has been, let me see, and maybe it's also love related here too, is that you really might be beating yourself up because love relationships just haven't worked out. They've come and they've cut out really quickly. There's a lot of anxiety about it. Maybe perhaps it ends up being that you're more friends. You end up being more like friends rather than lovers. So there could definitely be that energy that's coming up. Now, the center of your reading here, there's some confusion, and it's public confusion maybe even in being in public. So this could be just trying to date publicly. This could be about just trying to put yourself out there, like on one of the apps, and you might have some burdening, but really that's going to be successful for you. So you may really be worried about putting yourself out there in public, letting the public know that you are single again, letting anyone know that you're kind of looking. Sometimes we need to tell our friends, hey, if you know somebody that you think that I would jive with, who would be good for me, that I would be good for, hook us up. And that's really hard to say, right? Sometimes it's hard to ask for help. But I really feel like if you can get over that hump, if you can get past that weight, that burden of going things alone, that's really going to be where your success is in life. Okay? Now, we've got, we also have some, let me see. I think that's what I'm going to say for this line. All right. So now for this third line, we've got some movement. We have some choices, right? And you have some choices with either, it looks like friends or maybe even a new beginning. So you might have some, let me see. Oh, it looks like, actually, sorry, let me go back. This is past again. So in the past, you might have had some choices, and you might have had to cut off a friend in the past that it might have just been a nervous friend, or it might have been a friend that made you anxious, right? Sometimes people do not support us, and it's not on purpose. It just might mean that they add to our anxiety. So it seems like you might have had to choose to cut that person out in the past because there was a lot of anxiety. And there's something new coming, some kind of new emotional connection that might bring an abundance to you in a in an organized in an organization, maybe even an organized sport, in perhaps a corporation if that's your work. So there's something that's changing for you right now. We're right at that change place where there's going to be more money, some more abundance. It could be emotional support. So if you have felt like things are changing for you, there's been a build up, like you've built things up and now you're on the other side of it. That's exactly where we're at right now for you, Capricorn. Okay, so there's definitely some abundance coming for you in your work situation. If we're talking corporation, right? Specifically, if you have a boss who supports you, it looks like they would. Okay, all right. Fourth line. There have been some talks about love and some talks about the anxious. This talk about love is bringing anxiety. So we talked about it a little bit before, where there was some, and sorry, there's some stuff going on in the background, but the love relationship may not have been what you wanted it to be in the past, and so that might be where this anxiety is that love just hasn't worked out for you in the past. Doesn't mean it won't in the future. I think it's just a reflectant, and this is further in the back of your past, like further back. So this anxiety, you're moving forward from it, okay? There should have been like a softening of it, and right now you're in a good place. Right now there's newness coming up. There's emotion and intuition that's being built, and you're feeling good. Even though it might be you're walking the path alone, you're feeling more formidable, right? You're feeling more strong. And actually what I like is both the masculine and feminine are on this line. So feminine, you're thinking about this masculine, you're making your way towards him. Masculine, your feminine is supporting you in a very subconscious way. You just don't know. You haven't met her yet. Maybe you're not quite at the same road together, even though you're on the same path. So I feel like you're very close. Like it's like two people are, going through the motions. They're very, very close. They just haven't quite connected yet. But you're on the same path. It's quite beautiful. And where we're at now is that there's going to be some kind of information that comes out, and it might have to be it might be connected to an authority figure or to some type of financial situation that you have, even family situation. Sometimes this is a mother or a father, but some kind of information will be learned about this, specifically for the feminine, because it's right here for you. So something's coming forward, and it might be, even this information might be told to you by the boss or the mother or the father, but I'm feeling like it's more of a boss because we're connected to the corporation here. So if this is your business, if you work for a corporation, you might be successful, but just keep in mind that you are keep in mind that there's something coming forward, some kind of information coming forward that your boss might tell you about in the near future. I'm not seeing if it's, how it's going to affect you, because that's when the line ends, but we'll see how that goes as the month progresses. Okay, so now let's finish up here. We've got the tree, and we have the coffin. So the tree is usually like family, it's health, it's legacy. There's some kind of change happening with this, and there's a stability that's actually going to come forward when you open yourself up to traveling, to starting a new journey, to maybe even expanding your sense of self. There's something new. There's something new that's happening. You're in a place of change and transformation, which I love. And that transformation is really about how you take care of your body, what mark you're making on the world, even with your family, and how you see family in your life, how they influence you in your life. There's definitely some stability that's going to happen when this transformation occurs for you. I think that's where you're really digging in right now, Capricorn. So overall, for the masculine, there's been a change of residence, it looks like, and just check so that you make sure that your the mortgage statement or whatever the contract is, that everything has been triple checked before you sign during this month of March. And then we're also talking about there's a big change that happens here in the midway place. So we're moving away from anxiety, and we're moving more towards a self-sufficiency, more towards making a mark in the corporation, in the corporate world, making more money. There's a new thing, newness. You're using your intuition, which I love. You're right here pushing forward, which is great. Some kind of information is going to come out. Maybe this is even a promotion, something where your boss tells you, hey, we've been looking at you, we've been observing you, we see you in a different way, let's move forward. And we'll see what that line entails, but it's definitely going to be about changing something where it felt really stable. The legacy that you thought you were building is actually changing in a different way. It's going to be even more expansive, right? The ability for you to leave your mark is going to expand, and it's going to be so much more stable. This is great news for you, Capricorn. I know that you are motivated by work and structure, but also love, sure. And so what I'm feeling that we're talking about, my happiness is the direct reflection of my level of faith in the universe. So if you have faith that that everything is going to work out for you, right? You work hard. Why wouldn't it work out for you? And even though things may have been cut short in the past, these relationships may not have worked out in the past, it doesn't mean that it's not going to work out in the future. And keep in mind, I've got 36 cards here. I have to lay them all down. So the negative ones are going to come out someplace, and the positive ones are going to come out someplace. And there's only so much I can see that the cards are telling me for the future, and the rest is going to be up to you and how you work and move forward with that information. But what I'm seeing here, Capricorn, is very pragmatic, very practical, always. But I feel like the universe is really moving you forward so that you can feel lighter, so you can feel your success, and so that you can take on a new role in a different way. You know, your world is expanding in a way that might be surprising for you. So have faith in that. I think it's the universe that's choosing you. They're choosing you to step forward, to step up, and to up-level yourself here. You're very close in this love relationship. It's just that, you stay on path, and then the paths will cross, okay? So masculine and feminine, look out for each other, because you're right here. You're moving together on the same path, moving forward. We'll see in the future how your paths converge. So that's what I have for you, Capricorn. If this resonates, let me know in the comments section below. Hit that thumbs up button. That thumbs up button really makes a difference for me. So thanks so much when you click that for me. And if you want to get into this a little bit more, I'm happy to work with you. So check out my website. And for now, I'm going to send you all my love. We'll see you soon.